what's going on, man? I was just hooping not too long ago, and I was just deep in my thoughts about a lot of different things. About consistency, persistence, and just all the different qualities that you need to be successful. And you know, consistency is an important thing. It's important that you're focused on that main goal, that main thing you're trying to achieve, that main thing that you're trying to accomplish in your life. And everything does take time. Everything requires a sacrifice that's worth something. At least that's how I see it. Sometimes we get lost in our own heads about the cost of what it takes to be great. And we don't focus so much on the journey it takes to get there. Sometimes the journey is the most enjoyable part of really doing something that is actually tremendous. And you got to be grateful for that. You got to be grateful for all the things that it takes you, all the juice it squeezes out of you to become great when you're actually on that journey. You always got to keep trying. You got to keep trying. You got to keep trying. And at what point do you quit? What point do you say, all right, I had enough. The grind is getting too hard. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, what is that point? For me, I try not to think about that too much, but I think it's important to even think about your limits. When you're trying to break new heights and break that ceiling, that glass ceiling in your life, what is it that's going to take from you to break that ceiling? I think that's something that we should all think about. We should stop thinking about failure as if it's not a lesson in everything, in every single failure that you go through. In failure, you learn some of your most important lessons. You learn to keep